What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Bayley returns to WWE amid ongoing contract uncertainty, Dominik Mysterio's betrayal, CM Punk drops major AAA hint, wrestler involved in a car accident, WWE stars momentum halted by injury, WWE ignores fan backlash, plus much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now, let's hit the intro and get into our first story. Bayley returns to WWE amid ongoing contract uncertainty. After days of speculation that WWE had quietly written Bayley off television following her brutal loss to Lyra Valkyria, the former women's champion made a surprise return at WWE's live event in Stockton, California. Bayley competed in a triple threat match against Lyra Valkyria and Women's Intercontinental Champion Sol Ruca, with Ruca successfully retaining the title. The appearance came as a surprise following the events of Saturday night's main event. Following Bayley's defeat, Lyra declared that she had run Bayley out of WWE, while the company also replaced Bayley with Ivy Nile in SummerSlam tryout promotional graphics. Those developments convinced many that Bayley's time with WWE had come to an end. However, her return doesn't necessarily mean her WWE future has been secured. Bayley has yet to sign a new WWE contract, leaving her long-term future with the company uncertain. Whether this was simply a one-off appearance at a live event or the first sign that Bayley will remain with WWE remains to be seen. For now, her unexpected return has only added another layer of intrigue to one of WWE's biggest ongoing contract stories. Dominik Mysterio's alliance was a betrayal all along. Dominik Mysterio has officially aligned himself with Omos after a shocking betrayal during the main event of Lucha Libre AAA's Verano de Escandalo. Dominik teamed with El Grande Americano against Los Perros de Mal's Daga and Angel. After recently putting their differences aside, the pair appeared to have formed an alliance, standing together against common enemies like Los Perros de Mal. However, it quickly became clear that the partnership had been nothing more than an elaborate trap. After El Grande Americano endured a brutal assault and desperately reached for a tag, Dominik stepped off the ring apron and walked away, abandoning his partner when he needed him the most. As he made his way up the entrance ramp, Dorian Roldan appeared alongside the 7'3" Omos. Dominik shook hands with both men, officially joining the dominant El Ojo faction. With El Hijo del Vikingo sidelined following ACL surgery, El Ojo had an opening. Dominik has now filled that vacancy while gaining Omos as a powerful ally to help protect his AAA Mega Championship. Title loss may have revealed WWE star's next big move. Lola Vice's latest appearance in AAA may have quietly signaled the start of the next chapter in her WWE career. Vice entered AAA's Verano de Escandalo as one half of the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions alongside Mr. Iguana. However, their reign came to an end after La Hedra pinned Vice in the closing moments of the match, allowing Hedra and Laredo Kid to capture the titles. While it appeared to be a straightforward championship loss, a new report suggests it was WWE's way of wrapping up Vice's time in AAA. According to Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer, it's believed Lola Vice has been called up and will likely be on SmackDown. If the report is accurate, the move has been months in the making. Back in February, Vice was reportedly close to joining WWE's previous wave of NXT call-ups before the company ultimately decided the timing wasn't right. There is still one important hurdle before the move becomes official. Vice is scheduled to challenge Kendall Gray for the NXT Women's Championship in an NXT Underground match on the August 4th edition of NXT. Whether that ends up being her final appearance in NXT before making the jump to Friday Night SmackDown, or whether WWE has another surprise planned, remains to be seen. If the report is accurate, Lola Vice's long-awaited main roster call-up could finally be just around the corner. Danhausen's hilarious CM Punk tribute steals the show. A WWE live event in Stockton, California produced one of the weekend's funniest moments after Danhausen unexpectedly interrupted a heated confrontation between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Earlier in the evening, Punk and Cody had teamed up to defeat Gunther and Sami Zayn. Once that match was over, however, the SummerSlam rivals came face to face, with tensions boiling over as it looked like a fight was about to erupt. Before either man could make the first move, Danhausen suddenly sprinted down the entrance ramp wearing nothing but a bath towel and completely drenched, hilariously stepping in as the unlikely peacemaker to separate the two superstars. As bizarre as the moment appeared, it was actually a clever tribute to CM Punk. During WWE's Madison Square Garden holiday tour in December 2024, Punk famously ran from the locker room wearing only a towel and shower cap to rescue Damian Priest from a beatdown. With Danhausen and Punk being close friends in real life, Danhausen cleverly turned the joke back on Punk by recreating the exact same fresh out of the shower routine, only this time to stop Punk from fighting Cody Rhodes. It was a fun callback that rewarded longtime fans and quickly became one of the most memorable moments at the live event. WWE star suffers injury setback at the worst possible time. Dragon Lee's impressive momentum over the past few weeks has come to an unfortunate halt after the WWE star was forced to withdraw from AAA's Verano de Escandalo due to injury. Lee revealed on his Instagram story that he suffered the injury during this past Monday's episode of Raw, sharing a photo of his swollen thumb. After undergoing x-rays and an MRI, doctors confirmed he had sustained a collateral ligament tear. Lee later explained that the injury would prevent him from competing at the event. As a result, Dragon Lee has been pulled from AAA's Verano de Escandalo, where he had been scheduled to face Mecha Wolf and La Parca in a triple threat Latin American Championship qualifier for Triple Mania. The injury occurred during the July 20th edition of Raw, where Lee teamed with Javon Evans in a tag team loss against The Vision. At this stage, there is still no timetable for his return, as neither Lee nor WWE has provided an update on how long he's expected to be sidelined. The timing couldn't be much worse. Dragon Lee had been building strong momentum while balancing appearances between WWE and AAA. Those plans are now on hold, with his focus shifting toward recovery before he can resume his rise in both promotions. WWE plans to expand AI use despite growing fan backlash. Over the past few months, WWE has increasingly used AI for match graphics, promotional material, and other digital content, with mistakes in those graphics regularly drawing criticism online. The technology has also become part of WWE's creative process, with TKO Chief Operating Officer Mark Shapiro previously confirming that Triple H and Nick Khan use AI to assess how storylines are resonating with fans. Now, a new report indicates WWE is preparing to expand its use of the technology even further. According to WRKD Wrestling, while WWE is well aware of the negative online reaction to its use of AI in match graphics, promotional posters, and other materials, the company plans to continue increasing its use of AI-generated content both on and off-screen over the coming months. The backlash has already been fueled by several high-profile incidents, including the AI-generated Nick Aldis SummerSlam poster controversy and the Dominic Mysterio AEW Championship belt blunder during a Lucha Libre AAA promotional video. CM Punk teases potential AAA run following major expansion announcement. CM Punk may have just dropped one of the biggest hints yet about WWE's growing relationship with AAA, and it all started during a conversation about his latest action figure. While speaking with Ringside Collectibles about his upcoming Straight Edge Society Ultimate Edition figure, Punk was asked what it meant to see one of the most memorable versions of his career turned into a collectible. I think it's super cool. I think it's also really timely because our sister promotion AAA is branching out and they're doing stuff. I think Triple Mania is going to be partly in Las Vegas this year. We announced a show for them at the Allstate Arena, so it might be the perfect time for me to kind of dip my toe into the AAA pool. Punk didn't stop there. He also teased revisiting one of the most memorable moments of his career. I've worn a mask before. I've gotten my head shaved in a mask versus hair match before. We can set the table and we can do it all over again in 2026. When asked whether that meant there was a chance he could bring back the iconic Straight Edge Society mask, Punk wasn't ready to rule anything out. Maybe, I think. I think a lot of the Lucha fans would appreciate the hell out of that. Yeah, we'd sell some masks. Whether Punk is seriously teasing an appearance at AAA's Triple Mania or simply fueling speculation remains unclear. However, by linking his legendary Straight Edge Society persona to AAA's expanding presence in the United States, he's certainly sparked plenty of excitement about what could come next. Former WWE Champion reveals his behind-the-scenes role. AJ Styles wasn't just watching one of NXT's biggest matches from backstage, he also played a key role in putting it together. Speaking on the Phenomenally Retro podcast, Styles revealed that he recently helped produce the first ever NXT Championship street fight between Tony D'Angelo and Naraku on the July 21st edition of NXT. It's funny that you say that because I was able to helped with the producing of the Tony D'Angelo and Naraku match. I was one of those people that are still heavily involved in watching the match. So right while I was on the headset, I did not do a good job of saying anything other than yes. So I let somebody else handle that part, but we got together and I think we did a good job. Seeing everything play out exactly as planned made the experience even more rewarding for Styles. I think those two did an excellent job of, you have something in your head and it came out on television exactly the way I had it. So kudos to those guys for making that happen. They did it perfectly, man. Styles also praised both competitors, saying Tony D'Angelo looks ready for the main roster, while Naraku completely transforms once he's in character. Tony D, obviously dude, I think he's on his way. I think he's the next guy to be taken to the main roster. I really like it. I can almost see a little bit of Lone Wolf AJ Styles in the new Tony D now. Naraku, when that light is on, he's different, man. When that red light comes on, he is that character, and he did such a freaking amazing job of being that character with the mist. From helping produce the match to watching his vision come to life, Styles made it clear he couldn't have been happier with how both men delivered in one of NXT's standout main events. Former WCW star involved in a car accident. Former WCW wrestler Johnny Rich is recovering after being involved in a car accident earlier this week. According to PW Insider, the 67-year-old was hospitalized following the crash while driving his truck. He has since been released from the hospital and is now recovering at home. While details surrounding the accident and the extent of his injuries remain unknown, the incident forced Rich to withdraw from the Gathering convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. The appearance would have been especially significant as it was scheduled to be Rich's first ever convention alongside his cousin and former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Rich. Throughout his wrestling career, Johnny Rich competed in WCW and also worked across several major territories, including Mid-South Wrestling, Continental Championship Wrestling, and the Memphis territory under the ring name Roy Rogers. Fortunately, Rich is now back home, where his focus is shifted to making a full recovery before any future public appearances. And finally, did WWE play a role in reporters firing? Combat Sports reporter Andreas Hale is officially leaving ESPN after becoming one of the employees affected by the network's latest round of company-wide layoffs. Sharing the news on X, Hale confirmed that he had been informed his time with ESPN had come to an end. I was just informed that my time with ESPN has come to an end, as I am one of the casualties of the company-wide layoffs. There will be those who are overjoyed with the news, and others who will be shocked. Either way, I gave my all covering boxing, MMA, and pro wrestling, and will continue to do so wherever the next chapter of my career takes me. Once again, you know where to find me, because I'm not going anywhere. Hale's departure also comes months after a controversial situation involving WWE. In September 2025, he gave WWE WrestlePalooza a C grade and stood by that review despite the backlash it received. WWE later denied Hale media credentials for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, with Hale stating that neither he nor ESPN was ever given a reason for the decision. Hale has emphasized that his departure was solely part of ESPN's broader round of layoffs, and there is no evidence that WWE played any role in the company's decision. Nevertheless, his departure marks the end of his time at ESPN following one of the most public disagreements between a wrestling reporter and WWE in recent years. There you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time, back for some more wrestling content.